Hey guys, what's up? Today I got a really interesting video. This is an interview I did with one of my friends, Chris Lim.
So many people have told me they spent, for example, 50 years learning this. Let's have heard people talk about math being useless. Many people are asking the wrong questions about food to achieve the results.
He's the owner of the Viral Gadgets, one of the biggest dropshipping stores out there. Everyone's probably seen it because all their ads are put on Ecom Hunt, Techstar, Dropship Spy. So their store just is viral. You know, it's one of the top dropshipping stores that everyone goes ahead and copies. So this is the owner of it. You know, I think he's kept it under wraps and he's recently revealed that that's one of his stores. He actually owns several top dropshipping stores, but the Viral Gadget is just one of the ones that he revealed in this interview. He's been able to scale to $80,000 in one day. That's insane. $80,000, and he's an 8-figure dropshipper, you know, making over $10 million in sales just dropshipping. You know, he was one of the OGs. He started dropshipping before it blew up, so he's definitely experienced and he definitely knows what he's talking about. So in this interview we talk about his struggles, where he started from, the before and after. He revealed a bunch of golden nuggets and tips when it comes to succeeding in dropshipping and just pushing it to the next level. So I hope you guys enjoy this interview because this was, you know, amazing. You know, I really enjoyed it, just talking to someone that's been able to scale to $80,000 in one day. That's insane. Like, he's one of the best when it comes to dropshipping. So I hope you guys enjoy this interview. Hey guys, what's up? Today I got a really interesting person that I want to bring onto my channel. This is Chris Lim. He's an 8-figure dropshipper, and you know, he's basically been there, done that. He's grown a store to over 8 figures. He's, you know, hired out, you know, a massive team of, you know, over 10 people. And he's basically, you know, one of the basically kings in dropshipping, and I really wanted to bring him onto the channel and just sort of get him to tell everyone about his experience, you know, maybe even review a golden nugget or two, and so just show you what's possible. Because, you know, Chris didn't, you know, start, you know, as a, you know, he didn't go to uni, he wasn't like a rich person. He sort of just, you know, started from scratch, and he's just sort of one of those examples that shows that anyone can do it. Like, if you put in the hard work and effort, you could just sort of, you know, succeed just through will, effort and hard work. But yeah, I guess Chris, introduce yourself and, you know, tell everyone, you know, about who you are, what you're doing, and maybe a bit about your dropshipping experience.
Hi everyone, I'm Chris Lim. So I started off. So my first encounter with e-commerce, actually, I used to be a sort of a finance student. So all my student life, I wanted to have a bank job and things like that. So, but I had average grades. I couldn't get to my dream job of going to the bank. So I was pretty much like jobless for a few months until one day I found an internship with Lazada. So for Lazada is like the Amazon of Southeast Asia. So they are sort of like a startup in Singapore when I joined them. So that was my first encounter with e-commerce. So after that, after a few months, I did happen to get a. So that few months with Lazada was really nice. I really learned a lot, exciting. And after a few months, I found I found a bank job. So I went over, I switched over, but within a few weeks, I realized that it's not really for me. You know, when I look at the future career path, I wanted something that could give me more freedom and things like that. So after that, I went out to do my own business. I started my own e-commerce business. So when I first started, I didn't really know the concept of dropshipping. So I was like holding stock for my own products, selling, and after a few months of trying, I was like kind of reaching bankruptcy, you know, without selling. I made some sales, but using Shopify, but that was about it. Yeah. So I think it's always like when you were going into bankruptcy, then you reach a level of highest desperation where you sort of like just go out and try different things. And that's where I got into Teespring, selling t-shirts. So Teespring is the start of where I really learned a little bit of dropshipping, because I didn't have to handle fulfillment and things like that like previously I had to. So previously I learned the flow of e-commerce. Then after that, I just went to focus onto like Facebook marketing and finding products and things like that. So that's how I started.
So is Teespring like print on demand?
Yeah, Teespring is basically print on demand. So you just have to come up with basically research on winning designs, then do your own designs, put it on t-shirt, and yeah.
Got it. Yeah, that's so true, because I remember every time I think I set myself a schedule before I started uni, like I was gonna have to succeed. I think I had 1 month before the next semester started for uni. So I either had to really succeed, get basically, I think my goal was to hit $500 a day consistently. If I didn't hit that number, then I'll have to go uni. So I really didn't want to go uni. I really wanted to sort of work at home, and that desperation really, really pushed me to the next level. So you're really, really right about that. But then how did you transition from Teespring, print on demand, into dropshipping? And sort of how did you like sort of learn the dropshipping model? Like, was it through a YouTube video? Did someone tell you about it? How did you just, get to the dropshipping model?
Right. So I started on Teespring. So I joined a few like Facebook groups, which I think to start out, you really have to join like a group of community, everyone doing the same thing. So in Teespring, basically like, because for Teespring, the margin was, well, it's low now that I look back, but during that time, because Facebook ad cost was cheaper. So Facebook ad cost was rising, and it was sort of, the margin wasn't enough, and there were like so many t-shirts. If you just go on Facebook, there are like so many t-shirts. Everyone is selling t-shirts. Yeah. So t-shirts began to become like saturated. So it kind of pushed people from Teespring out to this thing called Shopify, right? Yeah. So at that time, a lot of Shopify had a lot of apps, like print on demand apps, that you sort of can put your own t-shirts on there. But if the app will just link to, for example, even Teespring, they have it. So I just sell on Shopify, and then Teespring will fulfill for me, kind of. So it's like nowadays, like Printful, this kind of T-Launch, this kind of apps.
Yeah, those apps that you connect to Shopify for print on demand.
Yeah.
Got it.
And I realized like it doesn't have to be t-shirt after a while. So it can be just, basically you can just sell anything. Yeah. I realized that this is the concept of dropshipping, right? This is the beauty of dropshipping. Basically sell anything without having to hold inventory, and that's really a very nice way. Actually, it's a really nice concept of business that you should always really test things out just by doing it. You don't have to do it the traditional way of going out to do survey and things like that. You basically can test everything just by doing it. You post your product, sell it, and the result is just that you don't need opinions, of whether you will sell or not. You just do it and move on.
So you did it like before people started dropping, content on YouTube, before people started doing courses. So you started dropshipping before it blew up, is it?
Yeah. So I guess I was one of the earlier ones, because I started in Teespring and sort of followed the people who moved from Teespring over. But it was really like when more people came into dropshipping and everyone started sharing ideas, then I began to really grow from there.
Got it.
So always be like, keep yourself in the community and learn from everyone else.
Yeah, that's true. Because like when I went to the Mastermind in Phuket, the one we went together, when I started building all these relationships and all these networkings, that's when everything exponentially grew. So you're right about that. Because you just sort of, every time you talk,
as well.
Exactly. It opens your mind. You see what other people are doing, and like every time you talk to someone, you skip months and months worth of testing and experimenting.
Yeah, that's true. And then like if you're by yourself, I was thinking like I want to hit 1K per day. I was always aiming for 1K per day, 1K, until I go out there and I see people like aiming for they're reaching like 100K a day.
Exactly.
Like, okay, what am I doing? I need to back up, and so that's where you push yourself to break through new levels.
That's really true. So was your first store the Viral Gadgets? Was that your first dropshipping store? Like, how did you get into dropshipping? Was your first store a success? Did you fail with a few stores until you succeed? Tell us about your initial dropshipping experience.
Well, the Viral Gadgets is definitely not the first stores. Not the first store. I had like, I don't know, 20 over stores before as well. Whoa. So always testing, different models like print on demand stores, niche stores. So and so after a lot of learning experience, then I started the Viral Gadgets. Yeah. So at that point, I kind of like, I was more sure of what I was doing.
Wow.
So so that was like I wanted to go in a new direction for a new niche kind of thing. That's when I started the Viral Gadgets.
Okay, I see. That's insane. So you actually tried, tested, and failed with 20 different stores until you came up with the viral gadgets.
Yeah.
So that
And
really
most of the stores are closed by now, but we try to focus on just a few, because there was one time I was sort of so diversified. I have so many stores,
yeah.
doing a few thousand, each. And so I wanted one I want to focus on one, and that was the viral gadgets.
That's insane. Talk about the viral gadgets. Like, talk about how when you first started it, what was your vision, the scaling process, any issues you came across. Like, everyone's probably seen the store, the viral gadgets by now. Tell us about it. Like, tell us about that store.
Yeah. So when I first started viral gadgets, I really didn't think much. I just wanted to focus on one store, and I did have like one or two winners down there. And at that time, I actually went to Don Wilson's mastermind in Bali. So basically, he taught me how to set up a system for my business. So I think initially everyone started out like every few days I'll just test a few products when I feel like it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And once I find a winner, then I just like scale the winner, and I just throw the product research away. I just focus on scaling, collecting money, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And after a few weeks or something, your product dies down and you have nothing left, and you have to start from scratch again. So basically, in Don Wilson's mastermind, he taught me how to set up a system, build team, so that I consistently, increase my sales. Even though I have winners, I just keep doing what I need to do every single day. So the system kind of keep me in place as well. So that was really like a big transition for me. So basically, with the system, I basically 5x or more.
5x, that's insane.
Just on the viral gadget. So that's when, like, within a few weeks, it sort of went up really quickly. Yeah.
So talk about what made you want to invest into the Don Wilson mastermind, because was that one of your first biggest investments that you've done? Like, sort of, when I invested in the Phuket mastermind, which cost $12,000, that was a big decision. Like, I was nervous, I was thinking a lot, I was sweating when I sent the money. Tell us about that. Was that your first investment? Have you invested in mentors or masterminds before? What was your experience? What was your feeling? What was running through your mind?
Yeah, so I'm a big introvert, so I don't really go out. It's just me and my partner we started 4 years ago. So for the first 3 years, it's just two of us alone in the office, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Never meet people, right? So the first one was actually, I think Steve and Evan started a e-coms networking dinner in Singapore. So I just thought, okay, I should just try. And I was really nervous as well,
Yeah.
I like networking and stuff. So I really went out and I just sort of get out of my comfort zone, went out, meet people, talk. And then I realized I learned so much, from within just one dinner, I learned so much. And as compared to three years just by myself with my partner alone in the office, kind of thing. So I realized that, okay, I need to sort of push myself to go out there and learn from more people. And then around that timing, that's when I followed Don Wilson for a long time, Gear Bubble. I even tried like selling things there.
Yeah.
So keep print on demand, Teespring, Gear Bubble, that kind of thing. So I thought, okay, I need to go for this. So first, that's my first big investment as well. So I just went, and it's a no-brainer now that I think back, because the value you get back is crazy, really. Yeah.
Got it. That's true. Yeah. Like, after coming back from the mastermind, 6 months later, like, I'm just seeing all the value pay off, because now I'm still talking with everyone. Just the network, it's just, I've fast-tracked everything I've learned, whether it's, building up a team, drop shipping, getting into, the personal branding sort of field, everything, that's really true. Just the people that you meet is just basically worth the price itself. Got it. And how about, issues? Like, did you come across any issues with, your stores, like with the viral gadgets, for example, when you scaled it? Did you what were some of the issues that you would, face? Like, did you have any fulfillment issues, PayPal blocks, Stripe blocks, all the stresses that, people usually go through? Did you go through them as well?
Yes, actually we did. So the first thing is scaling up the team. So scaling out the team is one. I had to scale really fast to, customer service, fulfillment, things like that. So that was quite challenging, right?
Yeah.
So I basically had to hire fast and kind of build the system because I didn't really have a system in place. So hire people, build a system, and fulfillment was kind of breaking. And there are a lot of problems where when you're doing it small and steady, you don't really see the problems.
Yeah.
So when it's at a big scale, you realize the problem a little bit too late. So you're kind of losing a lot of money. So like one of the most epic example is like in terms of fulfillment.
Yeah.
So I have these many orders that are fraudulent orders. So people will just come to my website and order like 10 drones.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
10 drones like thousands, over $1,000 or $2,000, and these orders will just go through, right?
Yeah.
So I built a system, but I have no checks in place for fraud orders.
Okay.
So what we do is that we will fulfill the orders, and then after that it'll become a chargeback. So I have high chargeback, but I lose a lot of money by fulfilling all these orders.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
So every time you come across an issue,
Yeah.
what's the first thing you do? Like, how do you break it down? Do you take a step back? Do you write things down? Or do you talk to people? How do you combat all these issues, whether it's a PayPal hold, fulfillment issue, customer service issue? Like, how do you deal with problems like, a lot of people get stressed, they get overwhelmed. What do you do personally?
Well, so when I first find the problem, of course, I'll be like super stressed as well.
Yeah.
This is normal. So I'll just sit down. So every week we have a meeting in our office, my partner and some of my teammates. So what we do is that we discuss the problems. Everyone, we have more eyes now, so everyone will discuss the problem. And before that, I will also like go into the communities, right? The Facebook groups and things like that.
Okay, yeah.
You just, if you have PayPal problem, you just search in the group PayPal. And,
Okay.
most of the time, there'll be someone facing the same problem. So you're like, okay,
That's
it's a common
true.
problem.
That's a really good tip.
Yeah, so just do that. Most of the time you'll find solutions. If not, then if it's in the rare cases that is a new problem, then you just sit down with if you have a partner, or just sit down with someone like sometimes we do, right? We do calls and things like that to discuss things. So just do it with your friends or something. Just brainstorm on solutions. Yeah. And then one of the things, like if you feel a lot of stress, one of the things that sort of stops me is like everyone faces this kind of problem. So if you reach this problem like PayPal block, it's actually kind of a good thing because you're kind of scaling to new levels.
That's true.
So
That's true.
Them as like milestones,
That's
I
true.
finally hit the PayPal problem. I heard about the big players doing, so now I hit them as well. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of a big player now as well.
That's right. Reframing issues into a good, in a good way. Seeing it as a positive instead of a negative.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. Because I get comments all the time. I'm getting a PayPal lock. I'm getting a PayPal hold. How do I unlock my account? Like one of my videos on how to remove PayPal holds is like one of my most viewed videos. So it's definitely an issue that a lot of people go through. But I guess just going on to Facebook groups, searching up PayPal hold, there's just a bunch of solutions. And that's definitely a good tip that everyone should do. But talk about team building, like that's something you have experience in. A lot of my viewers, they're hiring customer service, they're hiring order fulfillment. What do you have any tips for them?
So the first thing is that I hire on onlinejobs.ph. So initially I started in Upwork, which is onlinejobs.ph is more cost efficient.
Got it.
Right. So instead of part-time, I would prefer like a full-time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get like full commitment and things like that. So I just set the same work hours for communication, for good communication. And the thing is like, all right, so what I do is I would hire and fire fast, right?
That's a good tip.
So a good thing to do that, a good way to do that from the beginning is to set, for example, when you hire someone, you tell them like there's a 2-week probation, right? So these 2 weeks, we're gonna test it out. Now I realize a new thing that even before you hire, you should do some kind of test. So for example, like you shortlist 5, you want to make a video, right? You want to hire a video editor, you shortlist 5, give them something to work with. So out of that, you can sort of filter out really quickly who are the ones you're looking for. And then even after you hire them, give them 2 weeks probation to see how they're doing, find out what's their working attitude and things like that. Yeah. So if it doesn't work out within the first 2 weeks, just kind of
That's really good tip. So 1, get them to, you know, send samples, pick the best person. 2, hire them for 2-week probation to test them and you know, see how good they are. Got it. Sort of, you know, with the viral gadgets, how, you know, that's one of the biggest stores. Like all your ads are on, you know, Ecom Hunt, all your ads are on sites such as Dropship Spies. So it's definitely scaled to a large number. You know, tell a bit about, you know, how far, you know, the moment you scaled it, like what was going through your mind? Like once you're hitting those big numbers, like were you relaxing? Do you started, you know, going on holidays? You know, talk a bit about that. Like what was going through your mind when you scaled it to the next level? Did you take time off? Did you relax, or did you just triple down and work even harder?
So the first moment is skilled, right? So I'll become a little bit complacent, things like that, start to buy things.
Yeah.
But then after that, like you realize, okay, now that's not the end, you know?
Yeah.
When you scale really to that number, you are sort of, it's the beginning. Like a lot of new issues will come out. So like once I realized that I quickly got back to work. You know, many issues with fix and things like that. Then after that, if you don't, like for example, if you don't fix those issues quick enough, then you have a lot of cost because you're at a high scale.
Yeah.
For example, like the drones, we lost maybe thousands or tens of thousands because we didn't put a good fraud check in place, kind of things.
Yeah. Got it. Are you able to reveal your biggest days, your biggest months on that store?
So the biggest month would be, the biggest day I hit is 80,000.
80, whoa, that's insane. And then, so before you started dropshipping, all you did was a finance degree, and then you were jobless, you did a few online things, you failed a lot, and then you got into dropshipping and you were able to scale to 80k days. That's insane. That's really good to hear. So I guess it shows that, you know, anything is possible, right? Like, what do you think differentiates you compared to any other dropshipper? Like, what makes you different? Do you think is it just hard work, determination, or do you think you had something special? What do you think differentiated yourself?
I think the most important thing is that you just keep doing it until you get it. You know, no matter what issues you face, just get away. Like, you know, if you're super stressed or something, just take a 1-2 days break and then get back to it. Just perseverance, I think, is the most important.
Got it. And what are your tips for those people who are currently maybe doing $100 days, $200 days, and they're not profitable? What's your advice for them to maybe start being profitable, maybe start scaling to $1,000 or $2,000 a day? What advice do you have for those people who are just starting?
So I would start from what my mistakes when I started out. So one of the mistakes is like we shouldn't spend time and energy on things that don't matter, right? So the beauty of dropshipping is that you basically don't have to do a lot of things, right? You want to test quickly and things like that. So your goal when you're first starting out is to make it work as fast as possible, right? In terms of cost and time. So for example, many people who are starting out, we waste a lot of time on, for example, website design, you know, the logo, you know, spend hours just perfecting like how big or how small the font or things like that.
Yeah.
So when I started the viral gadgets, right? So another thing is like a lot of people like to add like 50 products to their store, you know, to make it look big and strong and things like that. So when I started the viral gadgets, actually I only had one product, you know. I started one product and I remember very clearly I had one product on the left. There are it's 2 columns, right? So one product on the left, on the right is blank.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, it doesn't look like a website, you know. So what I did was I duplicated the product. I put 2 colors of the same product, right? So one gold, one silver, and that's it. And then that product was a winner. So it works. Yeah. So it doesn't matter, like you don't need like to have 10 or 20, 50 products on a website. And the product was, the website was super simple, right? It started off.
So get
So-
started ASAP, not trying to perfect everything before starting.
Yeah, the most important thing is the product and the video you're going to use to sell the product and the ads. So just focus on this, and the rest of the things you can sort of figure it out along the way, right? They won't affect whether your product will sell. They will affect how much your product will sell, but it won't affect whether your product will sell or not.
That's true.
So the first thing is like you need to focus on the 3 things that make your product sell, and after that you can sort of improve your sales funnel kind of thing.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so Chris, talk about your ebook that you're giving away to people. Like, tell a bit, talk about that and how people could get it. Because Chris here, he's giving away ebooks where he actually shows you how to make the perfect video. Tell everyone a bit about it, Chris, and where people could get it, and just what it is.
Okay, so recently I started this. It's actually a physical book that you sort of have to cover shipping. So it's called the Viral Formula, right? So so for the Viral Formula, right, it's actually the sort of a system I use to build the viral gadgets, right? So within a few weeks, I got into like the top 50 Shopify store in the world in terms of traffic.
Whoa, that's insane.
So basically, it's I simplified it down to an equation. So right, it's viralize. So viralize any product videos, right? Even if your product is very boring, right? So viralize plus FB hack. So FB hack is a sort of like a Facebook ad technique that we sort of, I've never seen anyone use it before, right? So it's sort of, we invented this FB hack technique. So by combining the techniques used to viralize your video, and then you FB hack the video, so viralize plus FB hack equals monetize with insane ROI.
Awesome.
So this is actually the step-by-step system of how we like achieve top 50 Shopify store. We've got a record-breaking ROAS of 119.7. So basically, you spend $1 to get $119 back in sales.
Yeah. That's
so
insane.
you can actually get your copy at theviralformula.com.
Got it. And I'll link everything in the description, so definitely check that out. But I guess before we wrap up the call, what sort of advice would you want to give everyone? On my channel, I have a lot of people just sort of they're starting drop shipping, they're doing a few $100s a day, they're just trying to learn more. What's your biggest tip to everyone out there, Chris?
Okay, all right. So I have 3 tips for those who are just starting out. So number 1 is like we just discussed about. It's like you spend all your time only on the things that matters the most, which is product, your videos, and your ads. So website design, all this, they can wait, okay?
Yeah.
And don't need to build a super nice website. Don't need to be perfect, just progress, okay?
Yeah.
Number 2 will be like, when we're starting out, a lot of us want to sell everything to everyone, right? So we want to be like something like we want to be Amazon, or we want to be Facebook. But it's important to know that we don't have the budget and the skills when we are first starting out to be like Amazon and Facebook. So always go niche. So for example, find a niche, sell it to the niche. If you manage to get it to work, then you start off to branch out. So like Amazon did that as well, right? They started by selling books, then they sort of moved to everything. Facebook to students only, and then they move out. So that's always start with going niche. And the third thing is like you will need a system, right? So so when you find your first winner, you scale it, you're super excited, scale it, but then don't stop there, right? Continue your product research and things like that. Once a week, you have 1 day for product research, 1 day for videos, 1 day for ads, so that you keep your business running consistently.
That's amazing. Thanks so much, Chris, for coming onto the channel. This is Chris, the owner of the Viral Gadgets. He's been able to get to the top 50 Shopify stores, scale his store to over $80,000 a day. So hope you guys found value from this call, and I really appreciate you, Chris, for jumping on to the channel and giving your time and sort of revealing some golden nuggets and just helping everyone out on my channel. But yeah, if you guys want to check out Chris, where can they check you out? What's your Instagram, Facebook? Where can they learn more about what you're doing and keep updated with you?
You can just follow me on my Facebook page, Chris Lim.
And that will be linked in the description. But yeah, hopefully you guys like the interview. I really appreciate Chris coming on. But yeah, I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. Peace.
All right. Thanks so much, Andy.
And yeah, that's the interview. Hopefully you guys liked it. Definitely check out Chris's Lim's sort of handles, his book. Everything's linked in the description below. So definitely check out his stuff. It provides a lot of value, so definitely check out his book. On top of that, you're looking to basically grow your network, build a personal brand, master e-com definitely sign up for the mentorship program that's linked in the description below. And yeah, if you like this interview, don't forget to like the video. Drop in the comment below if you want more interviews like this, because I still have a bunch of people that I could hit up that have done 40, 50, 60k days, and they would love to jump on the channel. So I'd love to share more of these stories if you guys are interested. Last but not least, don't forget to subscribe because I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. Peace.